keep getting asked if canned fruit freeze dries just as well as fresh fruit does. So today I'm going to settle that debate. We are going to put canned fruit and fresh fruit head to head in the freeze dryer and see what turns out better, or if they're just as good as each other. I'm here at Fred Meyer. Let's see what they have for canned fruit and fresh fruit. I'm going to start with choosing some pineapple. That's always a hit. Next, I'm going to grab some canned pears. And these mangoes look good. Let's do mango. Okay, I've got all the fruits that I'm gonna buy. Now to head to the produce section to see if I can find all of these fresh. It was snowing like 30 minutes ago and now it's sunny and beautiful right now. But we've got everything we need to perform our test, so I will meet you back at home and show you how I prepare everything for the freeze dryer. I'm gonna start by just going fruit by fruit. We will start with the pineapple. For the cans, I am just draining them. And I give them a quick little rinse just to get any extra juices off of them. While those drain, I will get my pineapple sliced up. Gonna get my tray ready. Starting with the fresh pineapple. I'm gonna leave a little bit out for my kids to eat after school because they love pineapple. And canned pineapple going in. You can definitely see the color difference of the fresh versus the canned, but will the taste be a big difference after the freeze drying process? That is what we are going to find out. All right, my first two trays are done. Set those back there for now. Next, let's do the pears. Here are my sliced pears. We're gonna drain off the juice. These are actually pretty thick slices. I'm gonna slice these thinner because I want them smaller. I'm gonna slice up 2 pears for my fresh pears. My fresh pears, I'm leaving the skins on. The canned pears do not have the skins on. So we'll see if that makes a difference also. These pears are going to share a tray. So I'm just gonna do whatever amount fits. Here are the pears. One more tray to go. I honestly can't remember if I've ever freeze-dried mango before. Have I? Not that I can remember. I know I've never freeze-dried a fresh mango before because I never buy these. I'm just not good at cutting them, but I'm gonna try my best today. So let's see how these two look. So I'm gonna attempt to slice this. Now you're supposed to like work your way around the pit in the middle. Am I going the wrong way? But I don't know. Another fruit that has a vastly different color from the canned versus the fresh. I don't know how ripe this mango is. It tasted pretty good. Not bad. So these two are also gonna go on the same tray. And here is my last tray, the beautiful mango. I need to get my freeze dryer cooling off. I'm gonna head down to vanilla ice and I will show you the settings that I'm gonna use. See you down there. Because my fruit is not pre-frozen, I am doing my initial freeze temp at -10. I'm gonna do an extra 4 hours of freeze time just to ensure that it gets nice and frozen. Dry temp is 120. Start, and then we will just wait 15 minutes before we can load them up. Doesn't this all look so pretty? I love doing experiments like this in my freeze dryer. It's what makes freeze drying fun. Sometimes certain fruits aren't in season, and if you can get a canned fruit that tastes just as good as a fresh fruit, freeze dry it, I mean, I would totally do that. And I have freeze dried lots of frozen fruit before, which works good also, but a lot of times it's not sliced thinly enough. And then that makes it a pain, because if you want to freeze dry it, I want it smaller sizes, and you can't cut the frozen chunks of fruit easily. So canned fruit you can easily slice and chop into the size that you want it to be, which I think is another perk. It smells so good down here. I'm gonna do canned pineapple in my top row. The fresh next. I think I need one more free sample. I love pineapple. We'll do the pears next. And the mango a-go-go. I am really excited to see how all of these turn out. Maybe we'll have some new favorites in here. If you're interested in purchasing a freeze dryer, they are on sale right now for Valentine's Day. So check the link in my video description down below. It will take you to their website and you can see what kind of deals they have going on. They even have the size small currently as the same price that you can buy it in store in Costco, and they will ship it free to your house, which is much easier than having to drive to Costco and put it in your car. So if you're interested in one, check out the deals they have going on right now. And I will see you all in a day or two because, as we know, fruit takes forever in the freeze dryer, but trust me, it's totally worth it. So my fruit has been running for 45 hours. I am ready to pull it out and we're gonna do the final taste to see how the canned fruit compares to the fresh fruit. And my machine is telling me that it's time to change the oil. So my next job in my next video will be taking care of the oil situation, which is actually very easy to do. But I'm so excited to try these. I'm thinking to just go fruit by fruit and we will do our testing and packaging along the way. So starting with the top, we've got pineapple. Here is the canned pineapple. Here is the fresh pineapple. I mean, the difference is obviously in the size, that the canned pineapple was much smaller. And the fresh pineapple is a little brighter of a yellow color, that's for sure. This might be a little bit of a better view. If you haven't had freeze-dried pineapple, it is so good. This is definitely one of my favorite freeze-dried fruits to make. Let's start with a fresh. So good. It tastes perfectly dried, nice and sweet, a little sour tang to it. So good. Okay, the canned. That one is a little more chewy. Okay, my final choice is the fresh. The canned is good. The flavor is not as tart and tangy and sweet as the fresh. And a few of those are a little more chewy than the fresh. That could just be a drying issue and that maybe they needed more time, but also being packed in the pineapple juice adds more sugar to it versus just the straight pineapple. So that could cause a difference also. Fresh fruit won for the pineapple. I'm not dogging on the canned pineapple though. It's still good. I would still totally eat it. So it's not gonna go to waste, that's for sure. I just definitely prefer the fresh. I'm gonna package these up in a mason jar. I will enjoy this throughout this week. Next, we are gonna go for the pears. Look at these. I mean, they look so different. These ones have the skin on. These ones don't. I feel like these ones turned a more of a like pinky color than they were before, which is kind of funny. Okay, we gotta give them a taste. All right, here we go. Fresh pear. Pretty good. Not much flavor. That could be due to the ripeness of the pears that I had. The texture is a little strange. Not strange. It's just more like styrofoam kind of feeling versus like a crisp. I love the texture of freeze-dried apples. This isn't quite that. It's more like biting into styrofoam. Not bad. Just different. Okay, here's the canned one. Okay. I wasn't sure that this would happen. I prefer the canned. It just has much more of a crisp texture, which is what I love on the freeze-dried fruit. The other one's a little more like foamy feeling, which I don't love. And the flavor is a little bit better on the canned. And that obviously I'm sure is just because when you're canning the pears, they're more ripe than the one that I had. But the texture here is better. Okay, fresh has gotten knocked out. We're going for canned pears 1 this round. Since I don't have that much of either of these, I'm hoping that they'll both fit in one jar together, which is fine. I will still eat both types of pears. I just think the can turned out better. All right, what was last? The mango. Very excited about this one. I'm worried again about the ripeness of my mango. I don't think was as ripe as it could have been. So I'm kind of feeling like the canned is gonna be better, but I definitely like the look of the fresh versus the look of the can. Just looks a little blah. This looks like pretty. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Going with fresh first. Ooh, that was delicious. That was like sour and tart with the mango flavor kind of behind it. It reminds me of like how sour my kiwis were when I freeze-dried those, which I absolutely loved them. I liked them because they tasted like a sour candy, but it's actually healthy. That's what these freeze-dried mangoes remind me of. Are the canned gonna be the same? This is a tough choice. I gotta try them both again. That tart, strong flavor is so good. And it's like the perfect crisp. I love the texture. I don't know, y'all. That literally might be a tie. I can't decide. They're different. The canned has a more soft texture when you chew it. And as you chew it, it just more tastes like you're chewing into a mango. And it tastes more juicy, I would say. Gets stuck in your teeth a little more because I feel like as you eat it, it kind of turns back into its mango soft canned consistency. Whereas the fresh mango, you just chew it and it's like you're eating a crunchy, crispy, like dried fruit, like an apple chip or something, but it's a mango chip. So I don't know. This one's hard. I might call it a tie. I can't decide. I love them both equally. Tie. I'm sorry, ended in a tie. I can't give you a definite decision. They are both so good. You can't go wrong. Get a fresh mango. Expect a more sour, tart, crispy texture that is delicious. Expect a more soft, sweet, mango-y flavor that tastes more like the fruit, I would say, when you do this one. Both equally delicious. I'm gonna package these ones up together also because they are equally delicious. Were you as surprised as these results as I was? I totally didn't expect some of those, so that's why I love experimenting with the freeze dryer. You get to figure out things that you prefer over others, which is why I love making these videos. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy all things freeze drying and food preservation, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. That helps my channel. Remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends.